Yes, friends, welcome again for this discussion. Last time we have seen the principle of three-moment equation, in which we have seen a three-moment equation proposed by Clapeyron can be written in this format: m1 L1 upon I1 plus twice m2 L1 upon I1 plus L3 upon I3 plus m3 into L3 upon I3 is equal to minus 6 A1 x1 bar upon I1 L1 minus 6 A3 x3 bar upon I3 L3. This is the equation. This is known as Clapeyron's three-moment equation, where three moments are involved: m1, m2 and m3. Today we will see how to apply this. This is the numerical, okay, and we will see how we can apply the three-moment equation for this. Now let us say this is ABCD, a continuous beam. A is hinged, B is roller, C is roller and D is also roller. So this is a continuous beam. Naturally, number of unknowns at A2, number of unknowns at B1, number of unknowns at C are 1 and number of unknowns at D at 2. So 2 plus 2, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 unknowns and we have got only 3 equations of equilibrium. So in that case, this is indeterminate structures. Okay. So let us analyze this. This is a challenge for us to analyze this particular structure using Clapeyron's three-moment equation. Now my friends, answer my simple query. How many number of spans to which we can apply the three-moment equation? How many number of spans we can apply the three-moment equations at one time? Yes, I'm expecting your answers. Yes, my friends, correct. We can apply it only to two spans. Only to two spans simultaneously. Two spans and three moments. So let us applying the first step. I am writing applying the three moment equation. Sorry for my short form. You don't use these short forms in examination, right? I am using the short form. Applying three moment equation to spans. I will select the first two spans AB and BC. I can apply it to two spans, so I will apply the AB and BC, and then later I will apply to BC and CD. First I will apply to AB and BC, and then I will apply to BC and CD. So two times I have to apply the three moment equation. Now span AB, I am drawing span AB. How is span AB? This is 40 kilonewton, which is acting at a distance 2 meter and 1 meter. And how is span BC? Span BC is loaded with uniformly distributed load of 6 kilonewton per meter. This is B, this is C, this is 3 meters. Span A, span B. Now my friends, let me write what is L1, length of the left hand span. It is 3 meters. What is L3, length of the right hand span? It is also 3 meters. What is I1, left hand moment of inertia of the left hand span? It is 2I. I1 is 2I. What is I3? I3, that is moment of inertia of the right hand span, is I. So this is the basic thing. Now we want L1, I1, M1, M2 and M3. M1 is nothing but MA. M1 is nothing but MA, and M3 is nothing but MC, and M2, the central, is equal to MB. M2 is MB. I will just look at this. M1 is MA, M2 is MB, and M3 is MC. So this I have written: M1 is MA, M2 is MB, and M3 is MC. So these are the three moments which we are going to deal. Now this is all about left hand side. What about the right hand side? Right hand side we require the bending moment diagram. Now my friends, I have to draw the bending moment diagram. I will plot this 40 kilonewton. I will determine the reactions. Now what are the reactions? This is 2 meter, this is 1 meter. So naturally the equilibrium reactions I can calculate. How many of you cannot calculate? Please let me know. Equilibrium reactions, this is 13.33 kilonewton and this is 26.67 kilonewton. How it is? Summation of moment about A is equal to 0. 40 into 2 is equal to VB into 3, that is equal to 0. So VB is equal to 26.67, 80 divided by 3. And then this and if you take summation of moment at this point is also equal to 0, this is 13.33. So total should be equal to 40. That's why this is 13.33 and 26.67. And my bending moment will be maximum under the load, and this will be 26.67 into 1, that is 26.67, or 13.33 into 2. Both values are right. So 13.33 into 2 or 26.67 into 1. So this is 26.67 kilonewton meter is the value of the bending moment in the portion AB. In the portion AB, the length of AB is 3 meters. length of AB is 3 meters, and this is how I can plot the bending moment diagram for AB. Now what is the bending moment diagram for BC? I know for BC portion, we know that for UDL the bending moment is WL square by 8. W is 6 into L square, that is 3 square divided by 8. So that comes out to be, this value comes out to be 6.75 kilonewton meter. Both are positive. So this is the bending moment diagram for BC. This is the bending moment diagram of AB. Now my friends, if you refer to the areas and centroids, I know area of a triangle is half base into height, and area of parabola is 2/3 base into height. The base for this parabola, I know the base for this parabola is 3 meter. Now what about the centroid? The centroid for irregular shaped triangle. Now just I will put it aside, and I will take an example of an irregular shaped triangle. So what is irregular shaped triangle? Let us say this is irregular shaped triangle. Let us take an example. This is irregular shaped triangle. Let us say this distance is A. Let us say this distance is B. The total distance is L. So L is equal to A plus B. So where is the centroid of this irregular shaped triangle located? Irregular shaped triangle, the centroid is located at a distance from left hand side is L plus A divided by 3, and from right hand side it is located L plus B divided by 3. You can just add these two distances, L plus A divided by 3 plus L plus B divided by 3, that will be equal to L, 3 will be common, L plus A plus B plus L divided by 3. So L plus A plus B equal to L plus L divided by 3, that is 3L divided by 3, and that will be equal to L. So we know total distance is L. Okay, you can just try it for when this exactly center, when it is symmetrical, the bending moment diagram will be exactly at the center, half. Let us consider that A is equal to B is equal to L by 2. You can put it A is equal to B is equal to L by 2. You will get same formula. So understand this, when it's an eccentric load and when this triangle is irregular shaped triangle, this is L plus A divided by 3 and L plus B divided by 3. Now look at our triangle. How is our triangle? This is 26.67 kilonewton meter, which is at a distance of 2 meter and 1 meter from the left hand side and from the right hand side. So where is the center of gravity located? The center of gravity is located, or centroid of the triangle is located somewhere here, and the distance from left hand side is L plus A divided by 3, and distance from right hand side is L plus B divided by 3. So that is L is 3, A is 2 divided by 3, and L is 3, A is 1, B is 1 divided by 3. So this comes out to be 3 plus 2, 5 divided by 3. That comes out to be 1.67 meters, and 4 divided by 3, that comes out to be 1.33 meters. Naturally the total distance should be 9 meters. So this centroid is located at a distance of 1.67 meters from left hand side and 1.33 meters from a distance of right hand side. So this is rough calculation. Since this is the first numerical, I have explained you in details, but later on you have to take the help of the reference that I have made available to you on our Google Classroom. So naturally I will take it again. Just now I have found out the distance of the centroid from the left hand side. It is 1.67 meters, and from the right hand side it is 1.33 meters. Similarly, now what is your idea about the centroid of this figure? All of you agree that this is a symmetrical figure. So centroids are located at equal distance from the both ends, 1.5 meters and 1.5 meters. Since this is a symmetrical figure, centroids are located at a distance 1.5 meters from the both ends. Okay, naturally we are going to solve it. Now I am going to write x1 bar, a1 and x1 bar. So what is a1? A1 is area of this simply supported bending moment diagram. You know what is the area of the triangle? Half base into height, 26.67. If you calculate, that comes out to be 40. And what is A3? Area of this parabola. I know the formula for parabola is 2/3 base into height 6.75, that comes out to be 13.5. That is the area. A3 is this, A1 is this. And now what is x1 bar? My friends, understand the concept thoroughly well. X1 bar is nothing but 1.67 meters. And x1 bar is the distance of the centroid on the left hand span from the left hand support, so from A. X1 bar will not be 1.33. X1 bar is the distance of the centroid from the left hand support, and left hand support is A, so distance from A is 1.67 meter. What is x3 bar? X3 bar is nothing but distance of the centroid of the simply supported bending moment diagram on the right hand span from the right support. So since it is symmetrical, it is 1.5 meter. But my friends, pay attention, this is not this 1.5 meter, this is the 1.5 meter which is measured from C towards B. So this is the difference between x1 bar and x3 bar. Now everything is ready. I can write the three moment equation like MA. The first moment is MA. I will keep this equation in front of me. M1 into L1 upon I1. So MA into L1 upon I1. So MA is M1 into L1 upon I1. I know L1 is 3 meter, I is 2I, MA into L upon 3I, plus twice M2, M2 is MB, twice M2, M2 is MB, into L1 upon I1, that is 3 upon 2I, plus L3 upon I3, that is 3 upon I, plus MC, that is third moment, that is MC, into 3 upon I. This is my left hand side, is equal to minus 6 into A1. Now A1 I know 40 into x1 bar 1.67 divided by I is 2I, 3 is the length, L1 upon I1, I is 2I, minus 6 into A3. What is A3? 13.5 into 1.5 divided by 3 into I. Now my friends, this is the first equation I have written. This is the first three moment equation I have written for the spans AB and BC. Now I can cancel I from denominators. I can cancel I from denominators. I will multiply every term with I. If I multiply every term with I, that I from denominator will get cancelled. Okay, I can multiply this equation with this I will get cancelled from denominator. Now I am getting pure equation, that is 1.5 MA 1.5 MA plus 9 MB. I have calculated 9 MB plus 3 MC, and I have calculated the right hand side. That I am getting minus 107.3. I have calculated right hand side. Now my friends, pay attention. Look at the original structure. How is my original structure? A joint is hinge joint. There can be no moment at the hinge joint. This we have seen. There can be no moment. So applying boundary condition, this is known as applying boundary condition. There can be no moment at the hinge. So I can say I will apply the boundary condition MA is equal to 0. MA, moment at A, I am applying the boundary condition for this. MA is equal to 0 because in my given structure, support A is hinge support, which is external hinge support. Though B and C are internal supports, they are considered to be fixed. All internal supports are considered to be fixed. But if the external support is hinged or roller, we have to take it equal to 0. So MA is equal to 0. I will modify the same equation as 9 MB plus 3 MC is equal to minus 107.3. This is my equation 1 for 3 moment equation. This is my equation 1 for 3 moment equation. Friends, now we can apply the 3 moment equation. Applying the 3 moment equation to spans BC and CD. In this case, BC will be left hand side span and CD will be the right hand side span. BC of length 3 meter with UDL of 6 kilonewton per meter and CD of length 2 meters and a point load acting at a center 1 meter. This is the point load of 30 kilonewton acting at a center. So BC and CD, I am applying the 3 moment equation to the spans BC and CD, just like I have applied it to AB and BC. Now my friends, what is, again tell me, what is L1? L1 will be equal to 3 meters. What is L3? L3 will be equal to 2 meters. What is I1? My friends, original problem I will show. I1 for BC, now we are talking about BC and CD. So I1 will be equal to I. And what is I3? That is moment of inertia of the right hand side section. It is 1.5 I. 1.5 I. I for CD was 1.5 I. What is M1? The first moment in this case will be MB. It is applying to BC and CD. The first moment is MB, the second moment is MC, and the third moment is MD. My friends, now we have changed. We are applying it to BC and CD. So M1, M2 and M3. And my friends, I am plotting simply supported bending moment diagram. For this span, the simply supported bending moment diagram is ready. This is 6.75 kilonewton meter. Okay, positive. For BC, simply supported bending moment diagram is ready. For AB, it is very simple. A simply supported bending moment diagram will be, the maximum bending moment will be at a center, that is 15 kilonewton meter. Those who have not understood, I will discuss this with them later. 15 kilonewton meter acting at a distance 1 meter from left hand side and 1 meter from right hand side, and this BC is of the length 3 meters. Now my friends, is it very difficult to calculate the center of gravity? Center of gravity of this from the left hand side, it is a symmetrical figure, it is 1.5 meters, and center of gravity of this from right hand side, it is also symmetrical figure. So from right hand side, the centroid is at a distance 1 meter. Now I can write what is A1. A1 is equal to 2/3 base. The formula is given to you, 2/3 base into height of the parabola. And what is A3? A3 is half base into height of the triangle. So A1 comes out to be, in previous example we have calculated, A1 will be equal to 13.5 and A3 will be equal to 15. And what is X1 bar? X1 bar will be equal to 1.5 meters and X3 bar will be equal to 1 meters. My friends, drawing simply supported bending moment diagram is very, very simple, and this is the prerequisite for this particular topic. So you can just go through your SOM notes. I hope you have not thrown it out. Okay, SOM notes are there still with you because you have to appear for examination. So just get your doubts clear or get your concepts clear regarding this simply supported bending moment diagram. Now I am applying this second three moment equation. The second equation I am writing MB into L1 upon I1. Now my M1 is MB, my M1 is MB, M2 is MC and M3 is MD. So my first moment MB into L1 upon I1, that is 3 upon I, plus twice M2, M2 is MC, that is 3 upon I, plus 2 upon 1.5 I, plus M3, that is MD, into 2 upon 1.5 I. This is my left hand side, is equal to minus 6 A1 x1 bar. A1 is 13.5. A1 x1 bar, x1 bar is 1.5 divided by I1 L1, that is 3 into I, minus 6 into A3 x3 bar. A3 is 15, x3 bar is 1, minus 6 into 15 into 1 divided by I3 x3 bar, that is 1.5 I into 2. I have this I will get cancelled. I will multiply every term of this equation with I, so that the I in the denominator gets cancelled. So I am getting an equation that is 3MB plus 8.67 MC plus 1.33 MD, and on the right hand side, if I calculate a pure value, that I am getting minus 70.5. My friends, again I am applying boundary condition. Now what is the boundary condition? Now boundary condition, look at the original structure. My MD, how is my support D? D is hinge, and we know all the external hinge supports, the moment is 0. If the hinge support is internal hinge support, we can take the moments. They are considered to be the fixed supports. But if the external support like A or external support like D are hinge, we have to take the moment equal to 0. So by applying the boundary condition, what is the boundary condition? Boundary condition is MD is equal to 0 I can get another equation 3 MB plus 8.67 MC is equal to minus 70.5. I will term this as equation number 2. I already got my equation number 1. In MB and MC, I got this as equation 1 and equation 2. My friends, there are two equations with two unknowns. Unknowns are MB and MC, and there are two equations now. So I can solve it easily. If there are two equations with two unknown, I can solve it. I can get the value of MB is equal to minus 10.41 kilonewton meters, and MC, the moment at C, is equal to minus 4.53 kilonewton meters. So my friends, once we get these values, how to represent these values on the structure and how to plot the bending moment diagram will be the point of our next discussion.